right? Now we'll take a look on how to use MongoDB as an example of non-relational database. First, let's install the database into our system. So we can do this by typing sudo apt install MongoDB. Here it's already installed, and after you have it, you can just type Mongo, and you'll be inside of the MongoDB shell. So from here you can show the current databases that you have. So you just type show dbs, and we see a lot of databases. You have to know that basically in MongoDB we have the following structure. We have databases, we have collections, and we have documents inside of these collections. The moment, for example, we use a certain database, we have an internal pointer which switches to it. So by typing use db1, we'll be using database 1, but again, if we show the databases, we see that this db1 is not existing. It will start to exist the moment we create a collection inside. To do so, we'll type db, which is the pointer to this db1, because we set it previously. So we'll type db create collection, and then we'll create collection users. Right. So now if we show the databases, we see that our db1 is here. Okay. If we type show collections, we'll see that our current users collection is displayed. We can use db.users.find to display what's inside of our collection. So far it's empty. Let's fill it with data. So we'll type db users.insert, and inside we can actually place JSON objects, also nested JSON object structures MongoDB supports. So we can, for example, insert, let's say, field 1, and to have a value of value 1, and that's our simple document, and actually that's the contents of the document inside of our collection. And if again we run db users find, we see that our first document is created, and this is the content of the document, and automatically it has been given this object ID by which we can search the document inside of our collection. Okay, let's now insert multiple documents inside of the same collection. So use for this db.users, and then insert many, and here I'll provide an array of multiple objects which I would like to insert into the database, and I'll just click enter, and we see that we have inserted the following objects. Again, if we type db users find, we will see the objects plus our initial object that we created, and see how the IDs are different for all of them. I can again use the same command and here type pretty, and we'll see the objects formatted in a nice way. So now let's try to search inside of this collection of documents. For example, let's find the color blue. So for this we'll type db.users.find, and here we'll provide a criteria for the find, which is color, and it should be blue. And actually we see this object here. You see the object ID and the name of Maria has been fetched from the collection. We can try to find all the workers. So let's right here position worker, and we see that we fetched two documents. If you would like to fetch the first one, we have an option to write findOne, and this will grab only the first found record. Also, we can provide criteria for the find. For example, if you would like to find all the red and blue colors, we can type here color, and then inside we'll provide another criteria, which is in. This criteria will provide it with a dollar sign in front, and here in the array we'll specify an array of options we would like to check for. So let's check the green and the blue. And actually we are providing only one array, so this should work. And just because we are using findOne, it fetches the first result, but if we use the normal find, it should fetch both Peter and Maria with the green and blue colors, which we are filtering here in this common in criteria. We can also chain methods. For example, from this result set, if you would like to grab only one record, we can use again find, and then afterwards we will chain the limit operator. So for example, limit 1 will bring us only one result. That's for the searching of records. Let's see how we can update the records. So let's say that we would like to change the position of Peter to be also programmer. How we can do this? Again, we will use db.users, and then we will use the update method on the collection of documents. And here we need to provide what we are looking for. For example, the name of the record to be Peter. And then when we have found such, with what we would like to update the information, we would like to update its position to be programmer. And then we will set a special option which actually will insert this field if there is no such record found. So if there is no user with the name of Peter, it will create such, and this option for this is absurd, and it should be equal to true. So let's try the command, and we see that we've matched one record. We haven't inserted nothing, but we have modified once. And if we check our collection of documents, we see something very strange. For the record of Peter, we only see one object ID and a position of programmer. This is because actually we didn't update the record, but we just replaced the whole record. If we would like to use the standard MySQL like update function, we can achieve this using the set operator. All right, let's restore our changes. I'll go just and delete the whole collection. I'll do this by using db users.remove, and I'll pass an empty collection here. And now we see that it's empty. Let's return to the creation of the collection with insert many, and we see we have the three objects. Okay, now let's update using the standard well-known update in MySQL. Peter, so to change the position from worker to programmer. So half of the query is ready, so we are using where name is Peter, and to change the position to programmer. In order to do so, here we have to just use the set operator. So right here set. Okay, and we don't need this absurd true. And let's not forget to to wrap the second condition in braces. Okay, so as you saw, we are querying for the Peter, and then we're using the set operator to change its position to programmer. Let's see what's inside of our database. Peter is here, and we changed only the position property. We can also change certain keys, name them. For this, we can use the same update function, but this time let's say that we would like to change the name of John to first name. So we'll do the following. So here in the search condition, we'll type John. Instead of set, we use the rename operator, and we'll be looking to rename the name field, and we'll set it to first name. Let's run the query and again see the database. We see here that there is no name key, and it has been renamed to first name. This is very useful when developing applications. Of course, we can remove documents directly from the database, so we can just type dbusers.remove, and now the criteria we would like to be performed in order for the record to be removed. Actually, here we can specify even ID, so we can copy, let's say, the ID of Peter and paste it here. And by running this, we should be able to remove only this particular record. Here we see we have only 2 documents inside of our collection. Let's see how we can use indexing in order to help full text searching inside of MongoDB. We'll remove all the records from our collection, and I've prepared very short sentences here to be inserted into the same collection. So actually we are inserting records with specific IDs and with titles. So there are 6 documents, and we can see them here. And now let's see how we can search inside of them. To search inside of the, let's say, title field, and using particularly not exact match, but part of the and we would like just to write part of the containing text to be matched. First we'll have to create index. So we'll create index on the specific key of this document. We have keys ID and title, so we would just .users .create index, and now here we'll specify that we would like to create the index, and it will be text index on the title key. So type title, and the type of the index will be text. All right, we have increased the indexes of this document structure. We can actually type dbusers.getIndexes to see what's inside. And we have 1 index on the ID and 1 index on the titles. So let's find something inside of our collection of documents. For this, we will use db.users.find, and here we'll provide that we'll be looking for a text match. With the search, if we are looking for RT, we can provide like this. Okay, 1 additional bracket. So that's how the full text search works. If we check again our database, what's inside, and try to search with less characters, we see that it returns nothing. This is because we have to provide a certain limit of characters, and we see that even with part of the words, the indexing works and searches inside of our database. Okay. One last thing is how to remove the database or drop it. So we'll type just db drop database, show databases. We see that the database users is missing here. With CLS, you can clear the screen, and if you have enjoyed the tutorial, you can subscribe to the channel.